It is day 27 of the 30 days of dance training, and of course, as always, welcome back, you guys. So today we are going to continue our journey inside of groove with the bounce, groove, rock. These are terms that we already talked about in our classes, but now we're basically going to bring it full circle, okay? So I separate groove I actually separate a lot of techniques into two aspects of the dance: separate body and full body. So I either practice a certain technique or feel or move in separate body parts or in my complete body. For instance, I'll give you an example. We can have separate body groove or full body groove. When I talk about separate body groove, I am talking about taking groove into head, shoulder, chest, hips, knees or ankles, right? Dissecting it and then using that separate part of my body to create my grooves with, right? So now I focus on my shoulders. That is where the groove is being expressed, or you could say is being focused on. Of course, the rest of the body moves as well. I'm not standing still and doing this, but this is where my accents are, you could say, right? I emphasize it right there. For instance, full body groove, I now can think of a bounce. If I have a bounce, yes, it is my knees that are moving up and down, of course, but I am trying, well, not trying, I am expressing the tempo, the rhythm of the music by bringing my whole body up and down to really show and feel that music in my whole body. So that's why it's called a full body groove. Same for a rock, right? I'm focused on my full body as opposed to focusing on a separate part. It's like having letters and words. A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Or making a word with our movement. That's kind of how it works for me. The same works for flow. I have separate body flow where, for instance, like we did in one of our exercises, I take an 8 or an infinity sign in the head and practice creating flow from the head. The rest of the body moves, but I emphasize the head and I focus on the head. Or full body flow where I, for instance, would focus on moving in space and keeping a certain motion, like a movement without stopping, while going over the floor. If I go down, I make sure that I continue. There is no stop in what I am doing. And then I'm focusing on full body flow. Lastly, same for isolation. You get the idea, right? And so today we are going to focus on the base of our groove, which is bounce, groove, rock, which are full body techniques to really express groove inside of our full body. Now, you hear me talk about the term groove as one of the techniques inside of bounce, groove, rock, as well as the main name for all of them, right? And I have to explain that a little bit by having a little history lesson. So, the term groove does not come from dancing. We did not create that term for dance, that just evolved into that. But actually, originally, the term comes from jazz. So in jazz music, they started calling the connection or you could say the synergy between musicians and their instruments groove. So let's say we have a certain pace, right? As they would jam to this pace and they would lay their own rhythms on top of that pace, they would connect, of course, through that pace, they would connect to the other instruments and the other musicians with their music, with their sound. And that connection created this, just a groove, this energy of, I want to dance to this, you know, it fits right. If I, for instance, do something with my legs and then take a tempo that makes no sense with my hands, you don't feel any groove, aka you don't feel any pulse, any expression that you want to move to, because they don't line up, they don't make sense together. But once it is organized and it fits together, organized might not be the right word, once it is synergized, once it actually just falls together and really melts as one, and the song feels like it's just one song while it's many different instruments coming together, that's when you can find a groove inside of the music, and that is what they originally called the groove. I've heard that they would call the relationship between drum and bass the groove, but eventually that became really open when the piano became really funky as well, and there was just a connection between all of the rhythms inside of all of them, okay? So there is also music without groove. If I, for instance, take music that has no pace to it, or that has no rhythmical pace to it, where we are playing on the rhythms as opposed to laying down longer notes and just a very mellow sound that has no rhythm that comes back, like a tempo or a pace that comes back, but more so keeps variating in what kind of, think of movie scores, for instance. A lot of movie scores don't have a groove. They have a pace, yes, but they don't play their rhythms around that pace, so there is no groove, and they also don't feed off of each other, right? Whereas with funk, hip hop, jazz, even Latin music as well, yeah, let me just stick to that. Of course, African music, right? Jamaican. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I was searching for that one. Whereas they respond to what is given, right? If the drum gives them something, they apply or they reply with another instrument to that, creating a different type of synergy than creating a base of sound and then laying on top another type of sound or another instrument to create, let's say, a dramatic effect. You understand? So that differentiates, for instance, score music with any rhythmical based music style, okay? Of course, it is still possible to have rhythm everywhere, always. Everything could have a groove, but that doesn't mean that everything does have a groove. So that is where the term groove actually comes from. Later on, of course, as we would move to the music, they would say you are in the groove, you move to the groove. Yeah, you are in the groove, right? Meaning you're in the groove of the music. That's what I'm following along with. Oh, he's in it, he's in the groove, right? And then that eventually turned into groovy, grooving, and eventually now groove. So when we talk about groove, it does have a bigger history to it. It's not just a term for creating a bounce or a rock. It is also not just a term for feeling, okay? Because I can feel my dance when I do ballet. I don't do ballet, but if I would, for instance, dance ballet, I can express that. I can feel the emotion, the pain or the sadness, the happiness. I can feel that. But that does not mean that I am grooving, because I am feeling. So some people think that groove means feeling, but that is not the right terminology. That's not the right way to go about it, because that would mean that everyone who does not groove but still dances does not have feeling, and that is not true. If I'm doing a lot of traces, right, I can express it, I can feel what is happening, but I don't have to groove for that, okay? It comes from a feeling, and that feeling is generated by the music. So we have music called groove, we get a feeling from that, we respond to that feeling with, of course, expressing the rhythm in our bodies, and that is then called groove, okay? Now, that's what is called groove, the expression of rhythm of the music. And then we ended up finding different techniques that we could do, different ways, different directions, you could say, we could take to express that rhythm. We can use our head, right? We can use our feet. There's a lot of things we can do. And then when it comes to full body groove, you have to bounce, which is expressing that same pulse, that rhythm up and down. The rock, coming back and forward and sideways, not to be confused with rocking or top rock. Those are two complete different things. This is just called a rock because you can think of rocking back and forward. This is rocking back and forward, and that's why we call it a rock, okay? Right, back, forward, the left or the right, for instance. And then groove is actually the head terminology, but also a term that we started using for more rotative movements. So body rolls right here, the sideways, we talked about that. We talked about those rolls in a class, right? So that is what I talk about when I talk about the subcategory groove. I'm talking about body rolls up and down, sideways and up, okay? Up and down. So now what we are going to do is we are going to bring that all together as one. So instead of seeing the bounce as a separate thing, rock separate, the groove separate, we bring them all together as one to, like I said, learn to variate, but also transition, I guess, more inside of that, which makes it a lot more fun to be able to groove and really find your different levels, directions, and so on. Okay? So that is it for today. I'm gonna play the music and then we're gonna start from there. Let's go. Okay, so let's start with the beginning and just get warm to the bounce, groove, rock, okay? So, bounce up and down, it's very straightforward. We already practiced it. It's just moving up and down, but let's get warm together, okay? Remember what I said about those polyrhythms, how the rest of the body is moving as well. I am not just moving up and down. As I am moving, I use my arms, I use my head, I use my shoulders to create more rhythms inside of my body so that it is my whole body being involved in this bounce. And I express more of the music, because the music isn't just the up and down 1 and 2 and 3, right? That is the tempo, but the music gives me more. So the more I can express, see, with the whole body, the more in tune I am with the music, and the more organic my bounce starts to feel. Okay? Just move around a little bit. So we have down and we have up. So now I'm up on the counts. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So focus on that and make sure that you're not going down. Okay, a lot of people fall back down instead of having their accent that counts up. They always go for down. That's the thing with hip hop dancers. Not a lot of us bounce up. If you're dancing house, you're used to this. This is easy. But trust me, if you don't know that, there's actually hip hop dancers for real who have troubles with bouncing up, because we're so used to having everything down, stepping with our bounce, basically. So, and if you do have trouble with it, you can use your head as help, because when my head is in the back, I'm up. So I get this movement. See? And that way I can keep up and remember that I am in the right spot right now and I'm not moving down instead of up. Okay, rock back. And if this is easy for you, just move around, play around with it. Just, you know, use your space, use your directions a little bit, have some fun while you're warming up, okay? But of course, if this is new for you, make sure that you feel your rock, okay? So I don't want you to start focusing on leg stuff if your rock is not comfortable, if you're not in it, okay? Then I just want you to focus on that rock. So for the rock, there's actually 3 versions that we can use. We have our 45 to straight. So 45 is here, straight is here. Now don't worry, I don't think about this when I dance. I'm just doing this to explain to you the different versions, right? If I go 45 to straight, I get that basic one that we were just doing just now. Please don't go and think 45, 45, 45, 45. Don't you dare, that's terrible. Okay, then we have our 90 to 45, meaning 90 degrees, 45. And then I'm talking about this is my straight line, this makes my 90, that's my 45, not based on how the legs are standing, okay? So I'm down and I come up. There's actually a name for this, but I forgot the name. I believe it was the Wrecking Shop, actually. Yeah, it is the Wrecking Shop. So this to me feels a little bit more rugged, right? More raw to it. And it's also kind of intense for your back. And the last one is a lean to the back. So I'm coming straight and I lean back now. That's also a rock to the back, but it's different. So let's try that out. We're gonna take 8 counts for the 90, 8 counts for the 45, and 8 counts for the lead, okay? Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 45. And lean. 6, 7, and 90. Ho. 45. lean, 6, okay, good. To the front. So now I rock forward. So the accent where I touch the music is when I come out. Boom, right there, boom. So you can see that I still use my knees. I'm not standing straight and doing this. This is possible too, by the way. See if I get the right energy for it and I make sure that I let my body really dance as opposed to moving stiff. It can have a style, see? It can have a style to it. There's a little drag in there as well, right? But for now, bang, that's where we are. We can also do 90, 45 and lean with this one. So 90, we go down. 45, which is the one that we just did before the 90. Lean, has a drag to it. 6, 7, 8, and down. 45. And lean to the side. So with this one, try not to turn from your stomach like this. This is not what we're doing. We're not turning from here. We are leaning kind of into it and using our legs to create that space for us. See, so I use a bounce to emphasize. Now there's 2 in this one as well, and why not talk about it for a moment? So I can have, let me see, oh yeah, I can have to the side and down, but I can also come back to the middle. So that means that I lean to the side first and come to the middle, right here. So let's try switching between those. We have this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, Other side, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, good. Whew. So last section, so we had the bounce, we had the rock, now we have the groove. Just let us just get warm, right? So we are creating our small body rolls, our waves. If you can't do it, sometimes you got to go back. You have another month, go back to the body roll class where I explain it, okay? For now, I'm going to continue to move through it because this is not the focus, okay? Just play around with it. To the left. Right. Up. Okay, good. So we're warm, nice. What we are going to do now is we are going to put them together, and that's where the fun actually starts. So I'm gonna have to show you some switches because when we switch from, for instance, down to up, there's a little transition that you need to do. And if you don't do the transition, you might end up offbeat, basically, okay? So there's 2 transitions. We can speed up or slow down, or you could say double up or slow down. So if we bounce down, for instance, and I bounce down for 4 counts, 5, 6, 7, 8. From there, I need to try to go up. And in order to do that, what I do is I double up. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, boom, boom. T, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2. So you do both sides. Pa, pa, boom, boom, boom. Ka, ka, boom, boom, boom. Double it up. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got that one. So we either double up or we slow down. If we slow down, we drag it out. So 8 and 1. Okay, 1, 2 on the 4, 3, 4, and 5, 6. I doubled up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you want to not stop. You don't do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You let it hang so that that groove is not stopping, it's just slowing down, right? When I'm here, boom, ta, do, ta, boom. Well, now I stop my story. But when I say, see, you feel that? It continues, okay? So the same applies for our rock. So we're gonna go over it fast so that we got that through, right? Got through that. The rock back. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, T, boom, ka, t, ta, ta, boom, a, ooh, ah, ah. Okay, cool. Slow it down. Boom, a, ooh, ah, boom. Okay, cool. Side to side. T, boom, T, boom, A, ooh. Throw it down. Cool. For the groove, we already trained that, right? We know the switch is it's just straight up. I go from straight, sideways. There's no doubling up or slowing down. It just moves to the side and moves up. Let's do 4 counts and switch. 6, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, switch. 5, 6, 7, 8, other side. 2, 3, 4, and up. 6, 7, 8, okay? So we go from straight to left, right? So straight, 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 left, 7 to the right, 8, right, 2, 3, 4, and up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. So now that we have our changes, it is time to put them all together, or our, transitions, it is time to put it together. So we're gonna take, let's say 8 counts for now, just to warm it up. 8 counts down, 8 counts up, back, forward, left, right, and then our grooves after that, okay? Here we go. First down, 6, get the feel for it. 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here we go. 7, 8, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the left. 5, 6. Groove. Left. Right. Up. Okay, take a moment, take a break, because we've been dancing the whole time. Take a moment to breathe, and then we're gonna continue. I'm gonna replay the song so that we can continue. Let's go. Okay, so now that we have learned to put it together, we are going to narrow it down with our counts. So 8 counts everything. You already know what's happening. 4 counts, 2 counts, and 1. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything first. I'm gonna let you try and do it with me, and then on the 1, I'm going to explain you after we did it for 1 time, okay? So, again, this is pretty free, so if you can use your space and just move around. You can use your legs, play with the 4 panels if you want to. There's different things that you can do. You don't have to stand still, stand straight, and just, you know, do the exercise. You can really make it your own, as long as you stick to the sequence that is happening. 8 counts, 4 counts, 2 count, 1. Okay, here we go. 6, 5, 6, 8 counts. First and down. And up. 5, 6, 7, 8, and back to the rock. 8 and front. 2. And to the left. 7, 8, and right. Groove. To the right. Sorry, to the left. To the right. Up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4, and front. 2, 3, 4, and left. Right. And groove. Side. Other side. And up. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, up. 2, and back. 2, front. 2, right. Left. Groove. Sideways. Switch. Up. And down. And up. Back. Front. Right. Left. Groove. 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 Nice. Okay, so from the 4, the 2 to the 1, the switches change. I'm going to show you the switch in the 1, okay? So the switch in the 1 works like this. We have down, down, up. Down, down, up, back, and front. You can either slow down or speed up, whatever you want. Down, down, up, back, back, front. 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, down, up, and back, back, front. Right, right, sorry. Left, left, right. Or left, right. Let's do left, it's easier. Left, right. So we slow it down there instead of doubling it up. Otherwise, it's too many doubles. Tune, tune, ta, and tune, tune, ta, and tune, tune, ta. I don't wanna feel like that. Like the rhythm needs to have variation. So we do tune, tune, ta, and tune, ta, and tune, ta, tune, ta, tune, ta. Okay, so down, down, up, back, back, front, right, left, groove, to the left, to the right, and up. But we already practiced that. So straight, left, right, up. Again, straight, left, right, up. One more time, straight, left, right, and up. Or actually down. Actually, that's what I should be saying. But whatever. Okay, let's try this again. So we're gonna do it slowly. Down, down, up, back, back, front, side, side, straight, side, side, and up. I'm gonna keep it with straight, that's what it is. We're gonna speed it up. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, down, up, back, back, front, right, left, and up. Okay, so I keep saying right and left because this is my right hand, but for you it's left. So I'm trying my best to switch it, but sometimes I make the mistake. You are going from left to right. Left to right, okay? Here we go. Again, we're gonna do it in steps. So we're gonna say down, down, up, back, back, front. 5, 6, 7, 8, down, down, up, back, back, front, then down, down, up, back, back, front, right or left, right, okay? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, down, up, back, back, front, left, right, groove, groove, groove. 6, 5, 6. And then the last one comes in that as well. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's try it 3 times. 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it going. And down, down, up, back, front, left, right. And go. And down, down, up, back, front, sideways, groove. Okay, cool. So that's how I train to learn to really be able to transition in my bounces, my rocks, and my grooves, like just, you know, clean, just it's right there. I can switch whenever I want, and I like that feeling because it's also possible to become a bit of a slave to a certain pace or tempo or direction you take with your movement. Especially for instance, if people want to do battles, there is very easy to lose your mind and your own, you know, expression and get stuck in a pattern, you know. And as you practice all these different options, your body is just used to switching patterns a little bit more, and so it becomes easier to actually express what you want to express and what you feel in your dance. So that's kind of also a reason to why we are doing this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play around with some steps and the bounce groove rock inside of those steps. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna start with a side to side, a 2-step, so I can rock back and forward inside of this, right? I can also groove. Groove up. 1 down, 1 up. Side to side. For instance, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bounce groove rock, we're gonna take the 4 count and the 2 count and the 1, let's go, and we're gonna put it into this step. 5, 6, start, down 4 counts, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 3, 4, and back, and front, 6, 7, 8, left, and right, and groove, 2, 3, 4, side, other side, up, to the 2, down, 2 and up, 2, back, 2 and front, 2, left, 2, right, 2, groove, 2, sideways, 2, other side, 2, A. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Did I do it right? Oh, I did do it right. Oops. I thought I made a mistake, but I was actually on the right track. We were gonna switch to the 1, so maybe some of y'all were like, oh, shit, it's coming, and then I messed up, so yeah. So for the singles, that means down and up. So when I step down, up, okay, back, front, back, front, right, left, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, back, front, right, left, 5, 6, 7, back, front, right, left, then groove, 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 groove. I know it's not easy, I know that, but you know, maybe you thought, okay, we're gonna have a basic class. Yeah, it's basic, but I'll always make sure that I put something in there to show you how I use it myself and really train so that the body is ready for me when I need it to be. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, down, up, back, front, right, left, straight to the side, and up. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, up, back, front, right, left, groove, 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 and up. Nice. So we can do that in a whole lot of different steps. There's so many options. Let's see. Let's have some fun. Heel toe. I'm just gonna bring the classes back now. Show you how it all connects always. Okay, here we go. So let's start with the 4. So 4 down, up, and so on. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, and back. Hey, hey, front. Side. One side. Switch. Groove. 3, 4 to the side. One side. Switch. And up. Woo! You're probably wondering, how the heck is he going to do the ones? Let's try. We're going to first do the 2s and then the 1s. We're going to do this a few times. I'm going to give you one different step after this. And then don't worry, I'm not going to mess you up completely too much. This is just having fun. And if this works for you, try to play around, find different steps. Right? Maybe I can be here. Okay, this is a bit harder. Okay. Down and up. Right? For instance, back, front, left, right, groove, side, and so on. Right? And so on. So let's see. We're here. We're going to do the 2s. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, down, and up, up, back. Front, right, or left, sorry. Right, groove, to the side, and up. So with the up one, you want to really move from your hip. You want to push your hip. Boom, boom. Because that hip, the pushing of the hip is what's going to save you. It's what's going to help you to do that. When you're there, okay? 1s. Here we go. So, down and up. Down, up. Down, up, back, front. 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up, back, front, left, right. 7, 8. Down, up, back, front, left, right. And then we go groove, groove, groove. Keep the last one out for a moment. Try only the groove. Groove, groove, groove. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it all together. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up, back, front, left, right. Groove, 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 groove. 6, 5, 6, 7. Hey, hey. Down, up, back, front, left, right. Groove, 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 and up. Woo! So it takes time, of course, but we're doing everything in steps. So if there is a step that you can't do yet, for instance, this one, move back. We talked about our bounces in 8s, 4s, 2s, and 1s. I explained how you do the 1s. So just know where you need to be if you have a hard time, if you have a problem with something that we are doing in this class, you know. You can go all the way to the back and do that part several times to get more used to it, and then continue on from there whenever you feel comfortable, okay? This is your class. This is all for you, and it is definitely also up to you to help yourself and really talk to yourself, like, where do I need to be in this moment? What do I need? What do I want? What do I feel? Okay, sometimes what you feel is not doing the class at all, I know. But when it comes to that, I recently saw this video, or this video of someone talking about the artist being inspired and the craftsman being dedicated and passionate, right? So the artist needs to be inspired in order to create. Meaning if the inspiration is gone, the artist is gone. But the craftsman doesn't need inspiration. because he is passionate about the craft, meaning that he will continue to move forward even if there's no inspiration from anything outside. And that's really beautiful to me. And to me, it kind of works the same way for me. I just like the art itself. And yes, it is hard, but it is really rewarding because I'm learning so much about myself as a person, not only in dance, but in life as well. So yeah, if you have a hard time right now, you're like, ooh, okay, yeah, cool. I thought this was gonna be an easier class, and now I see that, you know, we get to certain points where I can't do it and I really wanna express myself. I understand, and you will get there. Give yourself time to train and then time to express yourself, okay? When you know from this time to this time I train for an hour, that's what I do, then it's easier to let yourself go and say, okay, this is gonna be the struggle, and then after that, let go, do something else, play another type of music, and release what you need to release in order to keep both sides of the equation happy. My expression and my emotion and my growth. And honestly, they are not separate. They are together, but some people start to see them separate when we start practicing something that is a little bit more difficult. So please be aware of that, okay? You got yourself, give yourself the room, give yourself the chance, and that can only happen if you also give yourself the chance to have it hard when it comes to dance. Cool? So, don't worry. I said I was gonna do another step, but I'm gonna leave that to you. If you want, you can stop the video right now and play around with some new steps and then put this inside of it, okay? Take 3 steps. So maybe I can take, for instance, the one that we did in the 4 panels, and then put it in there, right? You can go really crazy and try to take this one. Oh, I can't even do it, never mind. But you see, so it's just about playing around and searching for options. I gave a lot of options already. Stop the song if you want and can stop the song or the video. Take a moment for yourself and then come back here when we will continue to play around with this and find other ways that we can use this in, okay? Okay guys, you're back. Listen, I said that we were gonna do more things that we could do with the legs that we could use. But let's just keep it a little bit more simple and just make this challenge not too much. You know, I know you're practicing maybe every single day and after your work or something like that. So let's not make like a super extensive training where you have to dance for hours and hours, okay? Let's for now work with this. I gave you some options. You can build the steps yourself. I have a pattern, but maybe in another time with another idea that I'm gonna tell you about later, we can continue our journey inside of more difficult versions or more different versions, not difficult, just different options that you can have with this. For now, let's just focus on the last thing, which is freestyling our ones. So what we are going to do is we're gonna freestyle from the 8 to the 4 to the 2 to the 1, okay? Meaning 8 counts down, 8 counts up, back, forward, right, left, groove, 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 4 counts, 2 counts, 1 count, okay? So follow along with me, we're gonna do it together. First, just mark it, okay? Get the feel for it. But the thing is, in the freestyle, I really want you to try and play around and move around and find your own bounces, your own tempos, right? I can speed up the whole time, double up, do it slower. For instance, right? So just play around with it. Of course, it's gonna be hard when I talk the whole time, but afterwards, you'll get your own round. So here we go. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. 6, 7, 8, and back. 8 and front. 8 and side. 8 and switch to the right. Groove. Sideways to the left. Switch. 5, 6, 7, 8, up. 7, 8, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and up, 4 and back, 4 and front, 4 and side, switch, side, and groove, 2, 3, 4 and side, 2, 3, 4, other side, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 1, 2, up, 2, back, 2, front, 2, left, 2, right, 2, groove, 2, sideways, 2, switch, sideways, 2, and up, 2, and down, up, back, front, left, right, groove, 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 and up, keep going, back, front, left, right, and groove, 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 down. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake at the end. I said groove, 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 down, but it's up. Either way, so your turn. Try this out for yourself. So you're gonna take the same structure that we just did, 8s, 4s, 2s, 1s, play your own music and try to switch inside of them. So do the whole sequence in 8s, then in 4s, then in 2s, and in 1s, and in the 1, stay there, practice, stay there, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, up, down, up, back, front, side. Okay, stay there, practice it, let your body work, let your body get used to your, muscle memory, as well as this is coordination, okay? So this is really helpful because you give the body options, and then from there, when you let go, you're super freaking free eventually. But sometimes freedom comes from knowing what it is to be contained. And then as you know what this means, this all of a sudden makes a lot more sense as well, you know? So take a moment for yourself, and then afterwards come back here. Okay guys, so that is it for the information. Now, of course, we already did a few sub-challenges while we were practicing. If you want to practice some more, I want to give you one sub-challenge before you do the actual challenge, which is just bounce, groove, rock freely. No restrictions, no 4 counts, 2 counts, no nothing. Just go ahead and do whatever you want with it. If you want to bounce for the most of it and do a little rock at the end, fine too. But for now, let me give you one sub-challenge if you want to train more, okay? Now, if you want to really practice, what is really helpful is if you dissect the 8, 4, 2s, and 1s. Meaning, if you take a full song, for instance, to switch in, let's skip the 8s, to switch in 4s, take a full song to switch in 2s. Let's just go with those two, okay? Take one song to switch in 4s, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 3, 4, and back, and so on, okay? One song for that, and then one song for the 2s. 1, 2, up, 2, back, 2, front, 2, and so on, okay? That way, you become very used to that pattern of movement, and you can start expressing it after a while as well. Otherwise, if you switch from 8 to 4 to 2 to 1, you can get lost really quickly because you only did the 2s and the 4s for like a small portion as opposed to for like a whole song. So it gets less marinated, you could say, into the body, you know, and that's what it's all about eventually. Cool, so try that out. Also know that you might not have it right away, or this might be really easy. Either way, let something simmer, okay? Meaning after you did it, if it was hard or whatever, it's okay, let it go, your body did something, okay? Building and creating, or you could say progress is not always visible. Okay, it's not always visible. It's not something that happens overnight the whole time, but it is something that slumbers and sneaks up on you. Before you know it, you have changed, and that happens with me as well. I was practicing, and because I knew about it, I knew that, okay, you know, these things come at their own time, not when I want them to come, but when my mind, my body, my physique, and whatever, my spirit is ready for it, that's when it's gonna come. I was able to release and just say, okay, it will come when it comes, and I will make sure that I am ready for it when it comes towards me. So my mind was ready for that, meaning that I was open enough to see changes and have growth. And then also, of course, there's also stagnation as well. There is moments where you don't grow and you feel like you're hitting a wall, and that happens too. And in that same freaking situation, it is about accepting, knowing and understanding that that is happening, and not forcing to like move through, but understanding that that means that you probably have to grow in other aspects as opposed to what you are doing right now. Not always meant technically, it can also be emotionally, it can also be physically, as in your strength, your flexibility and mobility, your balance, you know, your coordination. So it can also be something else. Or emotionally, like I said, so it can also be more based on what you have been through, and that you have to start to express yourself maybe different, because where your heart and your mind is not where your body is at. And so you have to, or your body doesn't move to what your feeling is, basically, right? So it's a very interesting dance, you could say, between these different aspects, the mind, body, and soul. It's a very interesting dance between that. And the better you are able to dance to that rhythm as opposed to just the music, the more in tune you become and the more lessons you learn from dance outside of just the technical section, basically. Okay, with that said, this is it for the class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something interesting from it that maybe you didn't know, or was able to practice more in a different way than you usually would. As always, thank you so much for being here. We got a few more days to go. 3 more days to go till the 30 days of dance is over. Please don't forget that you would have to stay to September, because that is when the payment is happening, the 2nd of September. And then from there, you can choose to have that free month in September till the 30th of September, or you can decide to just, you know, leave if you want to leave whenever, right? Just so you know, there will be another thing that I am going to start with people who are only in the 30 days of dance. So no one else can join but you guys for this concept that I'm going to do later. But I'm going to give you time because you are still working on this, so I don't want to start talking about it right now. So don't leave too soon, because otherwise you will not know what happens after. Thank you guys so much, and I see you in the next class.